Viper 123 back again. Well, here's Goombella and her abilities. And we'll get back with some sound here. There we go. Press X to get information about nearby people, places, and objects. This is Rogoat Plaza in the center of town and the main business district. It's a crossroad where many people meet, including more than a few shady characters. Anytime you press X when there's no one around, I'll tell you about where we are. That's Goompthra, the Goomba. He's always complaining about being swindled or mugged. If you press X when there's somebody near, I'll tell you about him or her. So, did you get all that? Goombella can give you hints when she answers. So ask her for information often. And of course, Goombella can be quite helpful in battle, too. She jumps in the air to attack enemies with her nasty head bonk. She can also look up enemies' HP and weakness with her tattle ability. Yeah, if you use that a bunch, you get a bunch of great info. Alright, now she wants us to go find the professor. Thing is, since I just got to town myself, don't actually know where he lives. So keep an eye out. Here's what the professor frankly looks like. A Goomba with swirly glasses and an Einstein haircut. Nice! Alright, now we can just kind of wander around, and as you saw a second ago, you got Goombella's little head thing, and here, I'll show you what she means. See? And since there wasn't anybody, she told me about that. Now, here we go. And this is Muslin. He sniffs out proportions that might make him loot. And so it just kind of tells you about people. It's just a board. You go in here. This is the item shop. You got mushrooms, honey syrups, tasty tonic, the fire flower, CP sheep, and fright mask. Now, and he's just telling us about the points. No, I don't need him to explain it again, so let's see. Yeah, we'll get a mushroom. And this just lets us tell you about points. And now we got 2 points. I'm going to get like 5 mushrooms here real quick. Now where we have them. Alright, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and leave here. This is the inn. Once again, here's a safe spot. We can get this chest later on in the game. Yeah, she's telling us about the save blocks. Just like the guy down there. And we go here. And a quick black screen here. And we just got mugged. Alright, well, we just got mugged for half our coin. If we go back, we might be able to find him. Alright, remember right, you go here, go back here in this alley, and he should be right... No. I'm going to take it on the other side. You come this way. Come in this door right here. And there he is. And you get all your coin. And we'll get... This is Bandit, who made this place his hideout. It seems like he totally loves this place, but would it kill to clean up a bit? Yeah, as you kind of notice, it's a little dirty around here. And yeah, you can kind of jump on some stuff. And there we go. There's a star piece sitting right back here. Yeah, like I said, I'm not very good at this game. I don't know where everything is, but... Alright, I got 9 star points, 75 coins, 1 star piece. You learn about sprites later, and I ain't got much. And so far, all you got is Goombella. I don't have any... I got my SP, that lets me get emails, and you got 5 mushrooms. And this just shows you the map. We'll get all these other areas later. Kind of nice. I do mean all these other layers. and the tattle log. This is what you get if you tattle on enemies. As you can see, there's a whole lot of enemies, 124 in total. So, anytime you're in battle, have Goombella tattle. Yeah, Mom and Daddy always tells you tattling was bad, and here, it's not. But now that we got our coins back, let's continue. Alright. Shining sprites are used here. We'll get to that later. Alright, now, see, you can't go here. Gate's up. But if we go right here, and we got the professor. Yeah, the professor's right here. And now he's kind of, he's forgetful. But after a while, he gets it. She was an exceptional student, and he doesn't know who Mario is. Yeah, he's always got his nose in the book, and they're now asking about the legendary treasure. And yeah, most of the time when you're with the professor, it's long talks. But, let's see here. Magical item. Some books say it's actually a monster, while still others claim it's an empty chest. So many different theories. Obviously, it's impossible to divine the truth among them. But all agree on one point. To find the treasure, one must have the crystal stars. Find the treasure of yore. Take the 7 crystal stars to the 1,000-year door. You mean the crystal stars that the old say, that source in that old saying that super elderly people pass down? Indeed, the same. As the saying goes, if you want to find the legendary treasure, you first must collect the 7 crystal stars. Yeah, you get this all through the way. Hold the magical map aloft before the entrance to the 1,000-year door. Then the stars will light the way to lead to the stones of yesterday. Yeah, and a lot of the lore I've read says that if the magical map is taken from the doorway, and yeah, they just kind of get all this about the crystal stars, more, and he wants to see the map now. It's the magical map. Alright, and kind of walk around here. Kind of jump around. Later, this trash can come in handy. You kind of forget to tattle on some bosses. Alright, now we can exit. And if you watch, the professor had to Hulk the fence. Now, what would Mario be unless we went down a pipe? Alright, he's going to teach us about action command. Sorry about that. But for those who haven't played, here we go. First, we'll practice the jump action command. That's okay with both of you. Choose the jump command and yeah, see jump and see there. As you saw when I was doing the fight with Crump, that's what I was doing. Alright, same thing with Goombella. See, if you tap, and you can do the same thing with Goombella. And no, you cannot just tap the A repeatedly hoping it'll come up. Now, see? Boom, 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 boom. Release right as the star comes up, you get a nice, and there's the action commands. Now, freeze right there, Mario. This time press B just for the enemy lands. If you press B, you can counterattack. Alright. Yeah. Okay. That's enough practicing. Alright. And yeah, you just hop on, you press down like normal, and you go down. Remember, right? maybe not. Oops. Don't go in the water. You get attacked by fishies. Fishies, bad fishies. Alright. Now, you can't go any further in the other direction. You can see, there's your hammer. Alright, in the pipe we go. And here we are. Alright, we're going to save real quick, just in case. And there we go. Alright. Now we'll go this way. That guy will come in handy later. You can't go through here yet. In here, we got this. She's a fortune teller. And my next path. If you ever get lost, she can tell you where star sprites are, where you're supposed to go, stuff like that. You just gotta ask her. Gonna walk around here. Not much in here. Alright, and out we go. Like I said, I'm not really good at this game. I'm just kind of learning. Sorry for the thing, I had to turn off my screensaver back here. Alright, go this way. Yeah, there's a hoodlum down here. Alright, well, we'll get into fighting these guys next time. Thank you.